What's up, my dudes? KTM, Honda, and Yamaha have come to an agreement to create universal batteries for electric motorcycles. Okay, so Spency Boy, Motocross News, Supercross News Boy back at it again here. We've got a pretty interesting little topic, and this is all coming from Motocross Action Mag. If any of you guys follow that, you've probably already seen this by now, but I think this is pretty worthy of talking about here because it kind of goes into the whole this whole electric dirt bike shit is actually starting to pop off again here, it seems. You guys know we went through the whole Alta phase and that kind of died out, and now it's all like coming back around, seeing the the Honda e-bike stuff, and now we're getting information that now KTM, Honda, and Yamaha are working together to make this universal kind of battery for this shit, which is actually pretty big because usually these companies don't really work that close together. I mean, obviously, if you have like a KTM, Husqvarna and Gas, right, then yeah, they're probably going to work like that together. But to have KTM, Honda, and Yamaha doing that together, that's a pretty big deal. And it kind of goes into the whole I mean, man, they are definitely working on this electric, shit behind the scenes. Could you imagine if we had all electric bikes in one of these Supercross games, or like all electric bikes in a stadium? Like, oh my God. But I guess apparently this is all trying to, they're going to be able to regulate it better in races to where everybody's kind of on the same thing. I don't know. That's really bizarre. That's just some of the stuff that I'm seeing on it. But obviously, Suzuki's not included in this list. Is Suzuki even still alive anymore? I don't know. Somebody please check up on Suzuki, because I don't know, man. I don't even know if their hearts are still beating. I don't know, dog. But I think this whole electric thing is actually going to be a bigger deal than, there's still so many people, I feel like, they think the whole electric dirt bike thing's just kind of, silly, stupid, way advanced shit that we're not going to see for another 2 decades or something like that. I think it's a lot closer than some people realize. I mean, they've got the whole electric KTM, the smaller KTM bikes are now electric. They've got that whole vibe going. Obviously, all the Alta stuff happened. We haven't really seen too much on the, having any of these other main manufacturers make any, bigger electric bikes yet. But I think all of that's coming, guys. I think all that's going to be here before you can say Bob's your uncle. And then once it's here, it's here. It's once they get the technology and all the shit to make those electric bikes go just as fast as any other kind of bike, it's going to be just like how the 4-strokes took over the 2-strokes, and then the way that you think about 2-strokes now, it's going to be like, holy shit, I just want any strokes, bro. I just want anything that's like a, actual gas, any kind of gas-burning bike at all, right? It's going to get to that point where you're kind of like that, but that'll be an interesting day for sure. But just want to get here and kind of talk about this, that, with them all agreeing to kind of create a universal battery for all these different brands, that's kind of at least the way I'm taking it, is it's kind of like all these bigger brands are kind of getting on board with this whole, let's try to develop this whole electric bike type shit. And of course, I think a lot of it's going to start in the Enduro series area. I think you're going to kind of see it there first, and then it'll carry over. I'm not really sure how that's all going to go down exactly, but obviously Kawasaki's not involved in this little trio here. So I'm not so sure about, what all's going down with that. Let me read a little more here on this. So they have a little picture here, if you go to this post on Motocross Action Mag, where it's showing a KTM Freeride EXC, which is not using the future battery, but it shows that the KTM is very much capable of developing electric motorcycles and hopes to further advance the project by working together with Honda, Yamaha, I don't even know how to say that, and the other KTM-owned manufacturers, Husqvarna and Gas, to develop bikes using a universal battery system. So this is all a pretty legit, pretty big deal here. You know, it definitely it definitely is going to take some time for these electric bikes to really become, I mean, you guys know that with the Alta bikes. I mean, they're still not on the level of the you know, racing four strokes and all that type of stuff. I mean, it's pretty obvious that they're still not on that kind of a level. But I think you're going to start seeing it more like with the smaller KTM bikes. I think you're going to see some of these other manufacturers making the smaller bikes electric because it just makes more sense. You know, it's I think in a lot of these places where you can't have loud noises and all these emissions and shit like that, then it's going to become a bigger thing in all those places first. Then they're gonna start advancing it, kind of like Tesla's done with the cars, right? They've got a Tesla, what is that, the Super Roadster, whatever the hell it is. They got like a pretty much like a full-blown, you know, full-blown race car, but it's completely electric, right? So you're gonna get to the point where you've got something like the equivalent of that, but in motocross, where it's like a full-blown racing dirt bike, but it's all electric, right? That thing's going to get up and go when they can figure out how to do that. Why doesn't Tesla just make one? That would be kind of insane, not going to lie. Not going to lie. They could have a literal Spencer Turley spaceship dirt bike at that point. That would be pretty badass. Call me up, Tesla. Let's develop this shit, dog. But either way, that would be very cool to see Tesla like partner up with one of these main manufacturers to develop an actual, you know, performance electric dirt bike in that sense. But yeah, there I go with the random 1 in a million chance to crash on the first Supercross game here. You got to be trying hard to do it in this game, man. But I just wanted to go over that little bit of information here. Just let you guys know, don't be sleeping on this electric shit, because they're getting it going for sure. So definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think about all this and where you think they're going to go with it. And I'll be interested to look at that. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.